So, a couple of months ago, on one of my TF2 streams, one of my friends offered me 1,000 bits to stream Final Fantasy VI, and I thought, what the hell, and decided to give it a go. I mean, I'd heard great things about it. It's supposed to be one of the greatest RPGs of all time. Well, it was back when it came out anyway. But that begs the question, what is it like to play Final Fantasy VI in 2019? Now, Final Fantasy VI's story is easily the best part of the game, and it still holds strong today. Watching Kefka go from, a general douchebag to the worst piece of human shit I have ever seen walk the earth is pretty freaking great. It's the kind of shitbag characterization that I love seeing in villains like Dio from JoJo Part 1. In fact, when Emperor Gestalt tricks the party by saying that he couldn't believe the atrocities that Kefka committed, I actually believed him. I genuinely thought that no human being could look at the shit Kefka does and not feel at least some remorse, but no. In fact, Kefka practically gets a glowing endorsement from the man, right up until he stabs him in the back and destroys the entire world. Now, this scene is where I feel like the fact that I'm playing this game in 2019 really starts coming into play. See, because I had already seen videos like 8-Bit Music Theory's breakdown of Dancing Mad before, I knew what was going to happen at the halfway point. If I hadn't known, and my levels weren't suspiciously low for the ending of a JRPG, I can easily say that it would have really shaken me up. The game really feels like it's wrapping up to a climactic final encounter here. With the way the map just opens up after getting the airship, the twist was magnificently handled by the game, and I can see why so many people were affected by it so strongly. I have to be honest, I don't really care for most of the characters in this game. 4 of them have no personality to speak of, existing simply to serve gameplay gimmicks I couldn't care less about. Another 4 get to speak more than 3 times each, but end up feeling shallow because they aren't given nearly enough screen time to really flesh out their characters, and some of them don't make any sense at all, like Realm, who joins as a literal 10-year-old, and at first your party's like, whoa man, she's too young for this shit, but then she's like, but I wanna, and they go, well, if she really wants to come, as though that somehow makes it okay that she's still fucking 10 years old, and she's going to fight God? What? Although, I suppose, considering that this is a world where toddlers can deliver babies, maybe I'll let this one slide a little bit. The other 5 characters have the largest role in the story, and pick up a lot of the slack left by everyone else. And they're fine, they get the job done, they move the plot along, but I can't help but feel like I've seen them all done before, and quite frankly, I've seen them all done better. The only ways I can think of to enhance the characterization a bit would be to cut down on the cast so the remaining characters get more screen time, or stretch out the game a lot. And I'm pretty glad they didn't do that one, because let's talk about... Now, I'm not a very big fan of turn-based combat. I don't mind it, I can push through it if the game's story is enough to keep me invested, but it's not even close to my favorite style of gameplay. And while this game has mechanics like the Esper system to shake up the formula a bit, they aren't nearly enough. It is far too easy to end every encounter by just spamming healing magic with one person and offensive magic with everyone else. But that's not my real issue here. The real issue is the encounter rate being too high and there not being a way to disable it. The amount of times I walked less than 10 steps and got another encounter is a little bit ridiculous. I never felt incentivized to explore, since a quick stop to check for alternate paths usually cost me minutes of my life because of all the random encounters I'd have to deal with. But in the end, when I look back on my time playing Final Fantasy VI, what I see is a collection of moments. Kefka poisoning an entire kingdom, any meeting with Ultros, the iconic opera scene, getting on a phantom train full of ghosts that takes departed souls to the afterlife and being like, wow, this doesn't fit in this game's world at all. And then you get to the front to stop it and the train starts talking and now you have to fight it, but you can kill it in one turn with a phoenix down or suplex it with Sabin. And right when you're thinking about how nothing about this makes any sense at all, the game kicks you in the dick by showing Cyan's recently departed wife and son get on. So do I think Final Fantasy VI holds up overall in 2019? Honestly, yeah. The story is still a great time, and while some might think Kefka is overly villainous to the point of being comical, I personally love kicking those characters' teeth in. The moments between major story beats do a great job of being interesting enough on their own to keep me invested, despite not enjoying the core gameplay loop. The lack of interesting characters makes it hard for me to put it above most other JRPGs, but I can say that I don't regret my time with it.